What made you never touch a game again? I was completely obsessed with this online racing game called Street Kings. Played it religiously every single day after school for 3 straight years. Had the fastest car on the entire server, won every major tournament, and even made real money selling rare car parts to other players who couldn't grind as hard as I could. My parents thought it was just a harmless hobby at first. Better than me getting into drugs or trouble on the streets, they always said. They had absolutely no idea how serious the competitive gaming scene actually was, or how many hours I was secretly spending in front of that screen every night. The game had this intense feature where you could bet your in-game cars against other players in head-to-head races. Winner takes absolutely everything from the loser's garage. I'd worked for months building my dream collection. Rare Japanese imports, custom paint jobs that took weeks to unlock, engines worth literally thousands of hours of grinding and tournament wins. Then this mysterious new player suddenly showed up on our server out of nowhere. Username was SpeedDemon47. Started challenging everyone to these high-stakes races where people could lose everything they'd worked for. Most experienced players ignored him completely because his cars looked totally basic and stock, but something about his driving style seemed strangely familiar to me. I was ranked #1 globally at that point in time. Had literally never lost a single major race in 3 years of playing. So when SpeedDemon47 personally challenged me to a winner-takes-all match for my entire garage worth over 50 rare cars, I accepted immediately without hesitation. Thought it would be the easiest money I'd ever made. The race was supposed to be completely simple and straightforward. 5 laps around the notorious desert track that separated the pros from the amateurs. No weapons allowed, no shortcuts permitted, just pure driving skill and years of experience. Half the entire server showed up to spectate because everyone knew my undefeated reputation. First lap, I was ahead by a comfortable 3 seconds using my usual racing line. Second lap, still leading confidently, but he was slowly getting closer than I expected. By the 4th lap, this guy was right on my rear bumper making moves and passes I'd legitimately never seen before in 3 years of competitive play. Last turn of the final lap, he pulled this absolutely insane inside pass that physically shouldn't have been possible with the car he was driving. Beat me by exactly 0.2 seconds. My entire garage, 3 years of dedicated work, completely gone in 5 minutes. I was absolutely devastated and furious. Started screaming at my computer screen, throwing my wireless controller across the room. My mom came running upstairs from the kitchen thinking someone had broken into our house or I was having some kind of medical emergency. That's when she saw my computer screen and everything displayed on it. Watched SpeedDemon47 typing in the public chat for everyone to see. Thanks for all the cars, son. Maybe you'll actually study harder now instead of playing games until 2 a.m. every night. My stomach completely dropped to the floor. I frantically checked the account registration details. The email address registered to SpeedDemon47 was my dad's work email from his office. He'd been secretly learning this exact game for months, practicing during his lunch breaks and after work. Mom just started laughing hysterically at the whole situation. Apparently they'd planned this elaborate scheme together after receiving my latest report card in the mail. I'd been failing 2 classes because I spent more time racing than doing actual homework or studying. Dad casually walked into my room 20 minutes later with the biggest, most satisfied grin I'd ever seen on his face. "So, how'd that big race go?" he asked, barely trying not to burst out laughing. I was absolutely furious and felt completely betrayed. Accused him of cheating, of ruining everything I'd worked so hard for over the years. He just calmly sat down on my bed and pulled out his work phone, showing me screenshots of my actual grades from the school's online portal. "You want your precious cars back?" he said in this totally calm voice. "Bring your math grade up to at least a B and your history grade up to at least a C. Then we'll race again. Completely fair and square." It took me exactly 6 weeks of genuine focused studying. No gaming at all during that time, just textbooks, homework assignments, and actually asking my teachers for extra credit opportunities. Easily the hardest 6 weeks of my entire high school career up to that point. When I finally managed to get my grades up to where they needed to be, Dad gave me back exactly half of my original garage. Said I had to earn the remaining cars by maintaining those improved grades for a complete semester without slipping back. But here's the most important thing that happened. After 6 full weeks without any gaming whatsoever, I realized exactly how much real life I'd been missing out on. Started hanging out with actual friends again, joined the school's real racing team, and even got a part-time job at a local auto shop. Never touched Street Kings again after that experience. Not because I was still angry about what happened, but because I finally understood what my parents were desperately trying to show me all along. The real world was infinitely more exciting and rewarding than any video game could ever possibly be. Dad still brings up that legendary race at every family dinner we have. Says it was absolutely the proudest moment of his entire parenting career, beating his own son at his favorite game to teach him a crucial lesson about life priorities.